Okay, so I'm in Delaware Canal State Park in Pennsylvania. Just through the trees over there, you can see the Delaware River. But there's apparently quite a drop between down by Trenton and back up toward Easton. So back in the day, they built this canal that parallels the river. And I'm at one of the locks right now. This is lock 13. And here's one of the gates. You can see the old mechanisms to open it. And it's a good, 20 feet, I think, to the bottom. And of course, it probably hasn't been dredged out or anything since it was in use. Walk up to the next lock. I can see it from here. That's lock 14, I believe. And then there's a aqueduct on the other side of that. There's a little better view of the canal. And the back side of lock 13. Okay, so I'm down at lock 14 now. And 13 wasn't in great shape, and 14's not any better. I don't know if you can see down there, but like the gates are just buried in silt. So these haven't been closed in many years by the looks of it. It looks like the side of the lock is starting to cave in a little bit. So they got these support structures to keep it from caving in on itself. Now, this gate's still somewhat sound, but again hasn't been operated in probably a century. Douche. This is at lock 14. So I made it to the aqueduct past lock 14, and this is apparently a new structure, but the bottom of it's kind of tore up a little bit. The planks are all the planks at both ends are looks like they've been pulled up by something. I don't know. But yeah, the sign was saying this was built in 2001. So I said it's only about 20 years old. And it's got a little walkway over it. This flows into the Delaware. You can kind of see it draining into the Delaware down that way. I thought this would be a period aqueduct, but apparently this is like the third one in this spot. I said this was from 01. The one before it was from 1948. And I assume there was one before that. And the canal would have been used. Right, so I'm on the banks of the Delaware, and I got the canal on one side and the river on the other. And I'm at this not sure what the purpose of this is, but on the map these are labeled as wing dams. I don't see an actual structure, but there's obviously something under the water creating this kind of artificial rapid. And yeah, it's even marked on the map to portage around it for watercraft. Kind of neat. I was expecting an actual dam, but that's it. So I'm at another aqueduct, and this one actually has water in it. It looks like it's a little older than the last one I was at. And it's only probably 2 inches deep. There's a big footbridge coming up, going over the Delaware to the Jersey side. I've been on the Pennsylvania side this whole time. But yeah, it's pretty nice walk along the towpath. And there have been some beautiful homes that you can kind of see lined up down there. Imagine they're quite pricey as well. Almost to the footbridge. I'm on the footbridge over the Delaware River. I got Pennsylvania on that side where I just came from, and New Jersey behind me. And they were nice enough to put up this cool American flag waving in the breeze underneath the bridge. I got some cool shots of that. So I'm gonna head back to the car now. Must be a good, close to 2 miles, I think, from those first set of locks and aqueduct that I hit. I'm just gonna go to the halfway point here and turn around. This was a nice walk down the towpath, and lots of people out today, biking and walking, got their dogs out. So I'm at the halfway point between the suspension towers. So this is downstream of the Delaware. I'll be heading down that direction here shortly. When I get back to the car, heading to Washington Crossing Park. It's a beautiful day out too. Blue skies, sunny. It was a little cool this morning, but after I got to Ringing Rocks, it warmed up quite a bit. So, have a nice walk back and continued south.